3. What's your plan?
Yeah, the first 3 days have been planned prior to the first day. So we got a plan for the first 3 days, and then we'll evaluate and see what we need to do moving forward after the off day. But yeah, there's a lot goes into it, but we got a pretty good plan of what we want in place.
So what was today's day?
Today was a little build up and a review from things that we went over yesterday, and then implementing things slowly but surely, kind of the next phase of what we put in yesterday. And so from an offensive and defensive standpoint, so we went a little bit lighter today, if you ask the coaches anyway. We went a little bit lighter today, and we'll have a good one tomorrow, and then going into the off day, hopefully feeling good about ourselves.
Right after on Twitter, you guys put out all that footage and everything, and everyone says that this is like a boot camp. They feel like they're running a boot camp here. What does that kind of mean to you to kind of hear that that's the energy that fans are seeing of what this team can be, and what the energy that you want to bring to the season?
Boot camps aren't really fun. I think we've been having some fun here, but I guess the similarity would be the intensity and the competitiveness, the toughness, the physicality. All that has been there, and all that has been something that we've preached from day one that we want to be about. We want other teams to know that when we come into the building or when they come into ours, that they're in for a physical battle. So that's kind of the culture that we're trying to create here: competitiveness, toughness, physicality, selflessness, all that.
Do you look at this training camp as laying your foundation, or do you have to strip away some things that were here before, like a tear down, and then build it back up?
No, I think it's implementing what we want to do and be who we are. We understand that nothing that's happened in the past, good or bad, impacts what we're doing moving forward, and that's with any team. That we're coming in, just like the other 12 teams in the league, coming to establish an identity, and so we just want to be the best version of ourselves moving forward.
Tyler, is it too early to identify any improvement in what you wanted to see from Camilla from year 1 to year 2, or you almost need to see game action for that?
No, I think that for Camilla, I think her attention to detail these first 2 days has been awesome. I think she's developed a really good connection and rapport with Courtney Paris, and so I'm looking forward to seeing that relationship build moving forward. But she's been great on both ends. She knows how important she is to us from a defensive and offensive standpoint, and so I think her potential is through the roof, and we're going to utilize her as much as possible. So,
what have you seen so far from the Angel? Kind of a similar question in that regard.
I'm sorry?
Similar question, in that regard about Angel. What have you seen from her so far?
Yeah.
Just where is she at?
Her energy has been great, and it's infectious. And I think that's something that we want from her. Through the ups and downs of a season, we want positive energy to be maintained throughout. And so her willingness to be enthusiastic, her willingness to be coached, has been off the charts these first 2 days, and we're going to continue to need that.
How impactful is it to have Coach Paris working with Angel and Camilla, especially in a second year? We see that's normally the biggest jump in development. How impactful has she been in coaching them and getting their those finer details down?
Yeah, well, Courtney's somebody that's easy to gravitate to. Just her demeanor, her spirit, her wisdom, her experiences, like all that translates. And I think that if you ask Angel and Camilla, they've all been appreciative of what she's been able to give them thus far, and even on to our vets with E. Will, she's somebody that's helped across the board, and our front court is a huge part of what we want to do and how we want to play, and so she's been super impactful from that standpoint.
Angel said that she is not posted up yet in training camp. Just kind of what is the difference in maybe what you're asking for her this year in terms of that?
Yeah, I think for all of our posts, I think that post-ups are things that we'll get to eventually. I think that one of the huge points of emphasis for us has been to how to maintain and create space. And so whether that's for the perimeter players or for the post players, that's been a huge point of emphasis these first 2 days from an offensive standpoint. And so once we've established that, then we'll get to how we work them inside.
Camilla mentioned it's a little mixed emotions to face the Brazilian team on Friday, but it's a great opportunity for your team to get a gauge of where you are. Then you got some other exhibition games. What are you looking to get out of Friday night and move it into the preseason games?
Yeah, I think it'll be a good test to just see where we're at. You go against each other for 3 days, and you kind of get a good feel for who you are as teammates. And so now it's going to be a good test, no matter who we were playing, to see kind of where we fit the bill against someone else. And so just to get that experience, it's going to be great across the board. And so I'm looking forward to it.
Angel as well, obviously, to go back to LSU.
For sure. Angel's going back, Haley's going back, and so I think it's good experiences. It should be a good crowd there, good atmosphere, so I'm excited.
Coach, just back to the point about creating space and maintaining space, I think that's something that all coaches in the league talk about. Can you share a little bit more of like your personal philosophy and ideas around how that happens in your offense?
Yeah, I think it's just the part of creating and maintaining space is the idea that it doesn't just create open opportunities for yourselves, but it creates open opportunities for others. And that's kind of the mindset that we want to have, that everybody has a job to do, whether it's the pace of which you play or the space that you maintain and create. It's the understanding that it's not just for yourself, it's for others, and it kind of works for the flow of our offense, so it helps that be better.
Where do you want Angel's range to be once the game starts?
Everywhere. There is no limit. Yeah, I think that we want her to be dynamic. We want her to be able to score inside. We want to be able to create space for her to have more one-on-one finishes inside and to not have to feel like she's got to play in a crowd. We want to put the ball in her hands on the perimeter and allow her to facilitate and create off the dribble as well. But it's the same with Camilla. We want her to be able to facilitate from the low post and high post areas as well. She's one of the more mobile bigs in our league as well, and so we got to have a free-flowing offense. We got to be dynamic across the board and create opportunities for each other. So.
I had a question about as well. You know, she's bringing such a veteran presence for that post group, and was really vital. Even though she didn't play a lot last year with an injury, how do you kind of see utilizing her when you have a lot of size already with Camilla?
Yeah, I think that to some degree you can't have too much. I think that she's a good. She's a 9-10 year vet, and so the experience that she has, she's able to impart some of that on our young ones as well. And so she's been a huge resource for myself and for them as well. And she's got a hunger to get better. She's someone that's bouncing back from an injury, so there's still something to be proved on her end as well. And so we're looking forward to kind of acclimating all three together.
I had a question about Ariel. She talked in her intro press conference that one of the things you guys liked about her is just her room to grow. Can you talk about like some of those areas that you want her to grow into?
Yeah, we want everyone here to feel like that they're not a finished product. No matter how many years that you've been in the league, player development is something we take very seriously here. And so we want an Ariel for not just for who she is, but who she can continue to be moving forward, and how we can kind of get her to that next level, whatever that may be for us. So.
How does Courtney Vandersloot help you coach this team? She's like that coach on the floor.
Yeah, I don't know how much time you got. That's a long one. She helps tremendously. It's some things she has that you can't teach. I think that as a coach, it always makes life easier to have someone who has that experience and has that knowledge. Coming from someone like her and someone who's done it in this building. And so I think that has a lot of value in itself. And again, you mentioned that she's an extension of us on the floor. And so anytime that you have that out there, someone that you don't need to look to the sidelines to have to get instructions from, that helps all of us.
How do you see the younger players like Angel and Camilla benefiting from having her around?
The same way we do as a staff. I think that they look up to her just like we look to her to be who she is, to be that leader. And so I think that they've gotten that from her. So yeah, there's not enough words that can be said about the value that Courtney brings.
Is it more about in practice, or how that might impact when they're on the floor? Telling her, what spot to go to, where to be, that type of thing.
Yeah, I mentioned it yesterday. From a communication standpoint, she's somebody that doesn't talk a lot, but when she talks, you listen. She has the attention of everyone, coaches and players, and so I think that anytime she speaks up, she's got something to say, and there's something that's beneficial to what we want to do as a team on and off the court. How's Rachel
Bannon?
Rachel has been Rachel from day one. She in her own right is invaluable too in terms of maintaining the energy that she has. She's been a consummate professional thus far. I'm not gonna say anything bad about her with her right in front of me. So, no, but she's been great. She's brought a level of toughness as well. Someone who's also experienced in this league and has a skill set that's unique to her amongst the league. She's a top 10 shooter in this league and has been for a while. So we appreciate her and what she brings to us.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.